Okay, so we got the components, or most of the components, ready for our 6 core 12 thread £29 Intel Xeon X79 project. Now the motherboard's come. I did have to go to an Asus P9 X79 board. It's come from. I had to order it in from the Far East, from the lands of Michael McIntyre. They can actually spell my name. Okay, my government. But what on earth? Obviously, it's come from DHL Flyer. What on earth have they done that for? I don't know. At least it means no one's going to come anywhere near the board and mess around with it en route. But bleeding, you know, that's gonna cause me a massive headache. That is trying to get that undone. Look at all that tape now. At least it's a-okay in one piece. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything of the box, the motherboard's box, though. It's all bleeding tape to probably rip it to shreds. For our cooler, I bought a Hyper 103 from Cooler Master. Craig David Hyper, check it out. The reason for that being, obviously, it's got LGA 2011 support. There isn't many that do the 2011 support. This supports 2011 V3 as well, which is the X99 boards as well, so you need that for that. Obviously, I need a cooler full stop, because it's an OEM chip. What I've got, it's got no retail cooler with it. The actual CPU cooler was, I managed online to find a new one for £18 or something like that, or £18.99. The reason obviously being that there is obviously better coolers out there, some of you'll say, and more, you know, obviously they're more expensive as well along with it. But the Xeon was £29, so we don't want a £29 Xeon cooled by a £30 or £40 heat pipe cooler. So I picked one up that cost less. I tried to find one that was supportive of the 2011 socket, but was less than our Xeon, because it's stupid to have a cooler that's you know, way more expensive than the actual CPU itself, I think. So we're going to have some common sense there. It does actually come with a little syringe of standard thermal paste itself. But I did pick up some. Try some. I always used to use. I've used Arctic Silver a lot, but I used Akasa Silver and Cooler Master Silver compounds. Now this is, I think this is a Chinese company that's called Halnazi. You obviously got an alcohol wipe in there to wipe the top of your cooler or space or CPU. Shim, and clean any old gunk off that you might have there. Obviously that's going to be a brand new cooler. The CPU might need a clean, but you can just use some regular alcohol anyway, what you'd usually use. So we've got some thermal grease, HY710, which is the Halnazi silver compound. So you've got tiny silver compound in there. Obviously the silver is more conductive than a lot of other elements, so that's why they put silver in thermal grease. A lot of us know that by now. However, I did pick up the Halnazi HY610 thermal grease, which is gold. So it's the gold compound, so there's actually bits of gold compound in there, high conductivity for heat transfer. So this, I saw some rave reviews of people using this gold stuff. Also for the price, I think it was was it a couple of pounds, something like that. Same as the silver one was a little bit less, obviously, because it's less capacity, but again that wasn't a lot either. And the actual capacity of this syringe, the size and the amount that you get compared to a lot of other ones out there, it was just hard not to give it a try. A lot of the reviews on it were good, that they've seen some real good heat dissipation with this grease, so I thought I'd give it a try, and I chucked a usual, like I say, I usually use like a silver compound sort of, so I chucked a usual silver compound of theirs from the same places that they did in with the order, just in case the gold one doesn't seem to do what everybody else seems to say it does do, just in case. But obviously RAM wise I picked up some more Corsair Dominator. See, there's the Dominator. That's the one we're going to use. We've got some more of that in the current machine that we're going to be using, and some Corsair XMS3. But obviously, like any old, like I said before, DDR3 RAM that you've got lying around, you can obviously use it with this system, because there's, on this particular board anyway, there's a lot of them out there that have only got the usual 4 slots, but this has got 4 slots either side. So you can obviously get more in. I've got some more Dominator off eBay on the way as well, so we'll fill out those slots. We'll see if we can get this board opened up. So it's an altogether a good project. I thought the project was a good idea because at the minute you've got the Kaby Lake from Intel, which has just come out, which hasn't really been a performance improvement over the Skylake, what they've just had out. And on the AMD side, they're getting ready to release their big, their new wonderful architecture that's going to catapult them back into the future again, and which was called Zen. Now it's Ryzen, and by the time it actually does come out, it may have changed its name once again. So you never know. And being as that took ages and ages and ages coming out, it was coming out, then it wasn't, and then it was coming out late quarter 2016, and then it's not, then it's put back again, then it's coming out first quarter 2017. I thought, you know what, this we'll try one of these 29 pound Xeons for a rig, a project, while we see what goes on there, whether AMD comes out on top or this, that and the other. I've got another case down there, so there's always time to build a Ryzen or a Zen or whatever it's called by then that comes out, so there's no problem there. But for now, this project will be a good little tester, so before we can see what's going on there.